vlog to respect everybody's time. Super excited to announce our guests first before we do that. Typically, recently, I've been announcing the top producers of the week. I honestly can't do that right now because you guys, the quarter force is like watching a slot machine right now. Like, you guys are killing it, like signing people up to start this amazing program. So it's not fair to say who's really on top this week because everybody's kicking major booties. So tomorrow, at the end of the day, I can tell you who the top 3 producers are. But oh my gosh, volume. I mean, it means you're helping so many people, and it's so exciting to see. So keep it up. We've got an amazing program in our laps. I know that you guys who've done the sneak peek know that. So I'm so excited. We're going to get so many amazing results with our group, and we're going to help other people get results. So, okay, I'm getting off my soapbox here, but it's good to see everybody's faces, and I'm excited to have Lindsey here tonight. Cheatham.
Cheatham.
Thank you.
Yep.
Even though I asked you to pronounce it, I still struggle with butchering names. So
you know what? I should have voice messaged it to you. I wasn't even thinking.
And then I could have practiced it. But thank you so much for getting on tonight. So she is with Tina Gonzalez's team, and you guys who have met Tina Gonzalez know that, well, I first of all adore the woman. She's amazing. And so we've been connected through Tina, and so I'm grateful for that. She's going to host our call tonight. And you are a 2-star diamond, and I didn't even ask any other thing. So I'm going to just let you talk and share your story and what you have to share, and I'm going to be quiet.
All right. Thank you. I'm so excited. Natalie and I just met like a couple weeks ago. I reached out to her because Tina had such great things to say about her, and we're actually swapping calls. So she's going to do my team call at 9, and I'm really excited to hear from her and her story and more about her. And I know that she's rocking her team, and clearly you guys are killing it with this quarter force launch. So great job on that. That's super exciting. So basically what I decided to do was just share a little bit about who I am and my story with you guys, where it came from, you know, before Beachbody and everything. And then just a couple of things to help you if you have fears in life or in your business. I'm pretty certain that every human being has some sort of fear. So I'm just going to share with you some fears that I've had and what I've done to overcome them, and just give you some ways to be able to do that yourself. So who I am a wife. I am a mom of a 3-year-old little girl who is actually going on 13 like tomorrow. I swear. She's like a little teenager. And like Natalie said, yes, I am a 2-star diamond coach and Success Club legend. And I'm also I guess you would say top producer, or here comes my little monster. Sorry guys, my husband will be home soon. But top producer within Team Aspire, Tina and Joe's team. I'm also a co-owner of a personal training company with my husband, and I'm a former registered nurse. So my background comes from me being an only child from a broken family. So it was just me and my mom growing up. I would see my dad every other weekend. But sorry guys, you gotta go out, baby. Okay, go on, go out, okay? Go out, go watch your TV, okay? I'm so sorry, guys.
That's life, right? This is real life.
Yeah, reality. My husband just called me like 10 minutes ago. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be a little bit late, but he'll be here soon. So anyways, you know, I would see my dad every other weekend, but wasn't like the greatest father figure in my life. And my mom was my mom and my dad, basically. And she worked her tail off to support me and to give me a good home and upbringing. But with all of that, I still got into like the wrong crowds. You know, in 7th, 8th grade and in high school, I was a CD student and just had a really low self-esteem. I, you know, started drinking at a young age and experimenting with drugs. And then it ended up leading to an eating disorder. So just pretty much like rock bottom. around 19, 20 years old, I needed a solution. And so I was actually in college for nursing school, and I woke up and I was like, I have to get over this because I'm going to be a nurse and I'm going to be helping people. So I have to be setting a good example. So thankfully, I was able to come out of the eating disorder without having to get any treatment, with the support of my mom and a couple of close friends. But I had also found fitness in college. I started with a couple of classes, yoga and Pilates. So that was kind of like my gateway into fitness. And then I went to the gym and started working out there. I had no clue what I was doing. I would, do the cardio and all the machines. And thankfully, I met my husband, yes, at the gym. And we became friends, and we would hang out in a group and stuff like that. But he would help me with training, and he taught me all about weight training and eating clean, and I grew passionate about it. So I wanted a way to be able to pay that forward to others. So that's when I decided to become a personal trainer in addition to being a nurse. So with, falling in love with all these new aspects of fitness, weight training, everything, he decided, you should compete in a bikini competition. And I was like, no way. I'm not getting up on that stage. Like, that scares the crap out of me. But he's like, you'll do great. Just do it, So I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And I got up there. I did it. And I did it multiple times. And over that time, I was actually able to place first in my class, which was a huge accomplishment for me, because growing up, I was never encouraged enough to continue in any sports or activities that I did. I started softball and I played one season. I did ice skating and I made it to a certain level, and then I gave up because it was too hard, and I didn't have that father figure to help push me to keep going. So it was a huge accomplishment for me. And then a month later, we found out we were pregnant with my daughter, which was super exciting. We weren't, planning or anything, but it was just a very exciting time in our lives. So, of course, when you find out you're going to have a baby, you want to plan ahead, for your finances, to make sure all your ducks are in a row. Mommy. Yeah, babe. I'm on the call, okay? Go out there, okay? Sorry, guys.
My princess dress.
It's very pretty. I'll be out in a little bit, okay?
Mom, okay.
So, this is where my Beachbody story starts. I fast forward to after having her, I'm at the hospital and waiting to be discharged. We had her, everything went well, and I'm waiting to be discharged. And I get a call from my HR department, and they're calling to tell me that I'm not eligible for the short-term disability. So where I worked, they give you 70% of your pay. There was a miscommunication between HR, my management, and myself. So I thought I was going to be off for 12 weeks with 70% of my pay, and it ended up being that I was only off for 5 weeks, and I had only 2 weeks of pay saved up, like pay time off, and I had to use all of that. So it was a very disappointing time in my life. I really was excited to be home with my daughter for a full 12 weeks, and that was just not the case. So this time period, my husband was also going through a really rough time in his business, and we were just really struggling financially. So that's when I started to reach out to some of my friends who are nurses online. And my coach, she said, I don't know of any, nursing jobs that you can do from home online, but I don't know why I never asked you this. Have you ever thought about being a Beachbody coach? Because we had competed together in the past. And I was like, no, what is it? Tell me about it. And I was literally that person that was she told me 2 paragraphs, and I was like, how do I sign up? So I was that easy person. I'm sure you guys have had that before where, so you invite somebody and they're like, okay, yeah, I want to do this. That was me. But my husband was a little skeptical at first. He wanted to know more about it. So after he read the entire policy and procedure manual, which I still haven't read to this day, to be honest, but after he read that, he's like, okay, this is legit. I think you can do really good at this. Let's give it a go. So signed up, got my challenge pack in the mail, And I was actually that coach that signed up with a $40 fee because we were really struggling. But then my coach was saying, you really need to be a product of the product. You need to be doing, your Shakeology and a program. So I ended up getting a challenge pack. I convinced my husband and refunded that $40 fee. And I was honestly a little bit skeptical of in-home fitness programs. I, as a personal trainer and competitor, I just wanted to be able to help people and came into the business to earn financial, padding in our income. So I was like, I'm going to give this a try, but I don't know how I feel about home fitness. I was a gym goer like 5-6 days a week. I was never really big on shakes. I actually didn't really like drinking protein shakes. I had to chug them down during my competition preps. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to give this shake a try. I'm probably not going to drink it after the first month. And I tried it and I fell in love. I absolutely love Shakeology. So I fell in love with that, and then I fell in love with Turbo. So those are my two first, products that I tried. And then what I really loved most was the community of Beachbody. The support that you have each and every day from your team, from your challenge groups. That's really what helped me keep on track with my postpartum weight loss. So I just want to share a couple of ways that coaching has changed my life. And some people, might just have a physical transformation through Beachbody, financial and emotional. But I feel like if you keep going, you're going to get all three of those and maybe some other types. But physically, I was actually able to step back on the stage to compete 7 months after having my daughter. And I have my husband to thank for that, of course, because he is my prep coach, and my challenge groups for being there each and every day for me to post, my food and my workouts and all that stuff. And then Shakeology. It helped me to jumpstart my postpartum weight loss. And if you guys ever come across competitors that say, I can't drink Shakeology, like my coach won't let me, I could be a testimony for you because I drank it all the way up to my competition and still did very well in my class. So there's no reason why you can't drink Shakeology as a competitor. If you can fit it, if they put it into your meal plan and figure all that out for you, it is totally acceptable to drink on a competition prep plan. So the other way that I was able to have a transformation in the business was emotionally through the personal development. That's one of the things that I just love so much about our business, about being coaches, is that they encourage us to grow personally and emotionally so that we can be our best self, so we can serve others every single day. So before coaching, I was so negative. I had such a negative mindset. And now I see the positive side of things. I really try to focus on, the glass is full or half full instead of half empty. So just so much has changed in my mindset since becoming a coach. And it would have not happened if I didn't, because where else would somebody encourage me to really do personal development, right? And last but not least is financially. So coaching actually allowed me to surpass my nursing salary 23 months into the business. So I was able to quit my nursing job and be home with my daughter, which was something that I always dreamed about. Watching my mom as I grew up, knowing that she so badly wanted to be home with me more often because she worked full-time hours, and that she couldn't, I promised myself that I would find a way to be able to be more present in my children's life because it was so important to me. So I could tear up right now because I just feel so grateful to be able to be a part of her life every single day. But all of this stuff didn't come easy for me. And I know there's probably some things that might hold you back in moving forward with your business or other areas of your life. And the reason why it didn't come easy is because I had that history of low self-confidence and fear and self-doubt and stuff like that. So I still struggle with that to this day. I still have fears just like everybody else. But I took initiative to learn about how to get over those fears. And I'm going to share a couple of things that I've learned about fear myself. And they might sound familiar to you if you've read the book 10X, the 10X rule. How many people have read that? Anybody here? Okay, it's a great book, guys. I highly recommend that book. He really, Grant Cardone, he really like just sets it straight, like gets you to get rid of your excuses and makes you just say, okay, I am doing this and I'm going to get over fears and I am going to go balls to the wall. Like I just love that guy. So definitely check that book out if you haven't already. But he says that if you allow fear to set you back, you're going to lose energy, momentum, and confidence in yourself, and your fears are only going to grow. But you do want to experience fear. It's normal to experience fear, like I've mentioned, but only to be an indicator of what you should go out and do, okay? So if you're not currently experiencing fear in your business, you are not taking actions or growing, and you're just too comfortable. So you want to use fear as fuel to go out and take that action. I'm sure so many of you have heard the quote that amazing things happen when you step outside of your comfort zone, and they really do. And I'm sure that if you can look back on times that you've stepped out of your comfort zone, you can identify, you know, yes, I was fearful of that, but I took action and look what happened because of that. So if you have pen and paper, I just want to encourage you to write this down, and maybe you've heard this before, but maybe not. But write the word fear down like an acronym. So F, and then the next line, write E, and then A and R. Fear is just false events appearing real. So fear is what we make up in our mind, what we tell ourselves that we can and cannot do. So there's one thing that cures fear, and that's action. So taking that action. So a couple of things that I was thinking I would share with you were two instances where I faced my fears and I just took action. And the first one was getting up on stage for my competition. So the first one, like I said, I didn't do so well. I placed second to last. I was a flippin' deer in the headlights on the stage. I was shaking. I was so nervous. But I used that as fuel, as motivation to do better in the next one. Do you know what I placed in the next one? Second to last again. But I kept on going, and I would have never gotten that first place win if I didn't keep going. So it's the same with like your business. If you mess up or you fail or you do something wrong, you just have to chalk it up and move forward. And then the other one is public speaking. So maybe you can tell or maybe you can't, but I get so nervous when I have to talk, and it's gotten better. But I have been this way since high school. Any book report that I had to do, I found a chance to like get out of it. Like I somehow got out of them. When I started as a coach, I was nervous to do getting started right calls one-on-one, because I don't know if it's because I just care so much and I want to make sure that, you know, I give everybody the info that they need, and I want to inspire them and motivate them. But those calls made me nervous. Doing team calls, closing calls, sharing my story live on Facebook, getting up in front of people at Super Saturday, terrifying. But guess what? I did all of those things, because if I don't do them, I'm not going to get my story out. I'm not going to be able to help my team. And I'm not going to grow. So these are things that I just took action on. I did them until I got more comfortable doing them. So, call to action for you guys. I want you to write down, what are your 3 biggest fears? So maybe it might take you a couple minutes to figure that out. But for me, my first one was definitely public speaking, just having center of attention on me. So just write those down. Those 3.
I have bubbles outside.
Go with Daddy, please. Sorry, guys. And then the next thing I wanted you to do was write down 3 times that you actually stepped out of your comfort zone and you made success happen in your life because you stepped out of that comfort zone. Because you honestly can overcome any fear that you have. It just takes that action step, and belief in yourself that even though you might fail or fall, that you're going to just keep going forward. So that is all I have. I know I talked a little fast, but
that was great. It was awesome. Yeah, because I know we all have fears. We all have them. I don't care if you've started today or if you've been a founding coach or just anything. I mean, we all have our fears, and I like the call to action of especially the 3 times you did step outside your comfort zone and what actually happened because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow? Did something good happen? Did you fall on your face? Because it's okay if you did. Because I think that's awesome that you just kept competing even though second to last. But then you came in, you said top place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
So that is awesome. So, and the fear, false events appearing real. It's so true.
It is.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions for Lindsey? We have a lot of people on. I know a lot of us all of us have fears. Anybody have anything? Being shy?
You know, another instance I was thinking about, is when you lose rank, and it hurts, but you just have to keep pushing forward. I know it's happened to probably almost everybody on this call, but just keeping that belief and that faith and keep moving forward. So that was another one of my, feelings of failure, when that happens. But it's almost something that we can't really control,
We can't.
Right.
Sure. That is for sure. I remember talking to one of the 15-star diamond coaches, and we were messaging, and I'm like, "That's so amazing! You're a 15-star." She's like, "Yeah, I was 15-star. I'm not a 15-star now." She's like, "You keep that for 5 seconds, and then unless you're like Lindsey that way, and then and you fall." I mean, it's not like it appears that people create this, grand rank, and then they're there forever, and it's like this, right?
Yep, up and down, those ups and downs.
It's not like this and then stay. It's, just like life. So
yeah,
I don't think people realize that sometimes when they look up to coaches who are a certain rank or whatever, but it's normal. So if you've ever fallen out, you're not alone. All right.
So you got an awesome group here.
Yes, we do. We have a great group. Wonderful people. Family.
Love it.
So before we hang up and before if anybody else has anything, let's put our faces on like we do traditional and smile. Pretty. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Nice.
Bye. Thank you so much for sharing tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. I didn't realize how fast that was going to be. But how long are your calls normally?
It just depends. Sometimes it's 20 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. That's how ours go, too. Yeah. Well, thank you for having me on. And hopefully that, helped some of you guys. And if anything, you can always, use my story if you get objections on certain things, for competitors.
I get that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I get a lot of competitors who, especially the coaching opportunity, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I can't do that. Because, and then you look at like Christy Curtis or Cosner now?
Curtis. Yes,
Yeah.
Christy Curtis. I love her.
Yeah. So, and she just hit 15-star. And she's like, whatever. I was like, okay, I'm going to start sending, people just watch, you guys who just think that it's not cool. Competitors, because, yes, you obviously know a successful business from it. And everybody's saying, thank you, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. It was an honor to hop on here, and I hope you have an awesome night.
I'll see you in a few.
All right. Bye, Natalie.
I love you guys.